Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA, and today I finally got my brother to agree to come on and shoot with us. So what we're gonna dig into today is this wonderful 1973 Porsche RSR Replica. Not the real one, so don't worry, don't freak out. But the level of detail these guys went to keep everything that matters about the RSR alive, and then do some simple, slight upgrades to make it just that much better of a car. I can't wait to dig in. I can't wait to go for a drive with my brother in this. So hold on, because here we go, man. All right, you guys, my brother Eric. Finally, we get him on here. We've only shot like every one of your cars just about, so now we actually get you on here without doing your impersonation of me.
All right, so I'm gonna do my best Sean Davis impression. All right, guys, this is really cool. I get to drive a Ford GT. This is the best part of my job. All right, this is cool. Let's go do some fucking donuts. Pretty excited, yeah.
So let's get into it, dude. This is a 1973 RSR Replica.
Yeah, so it's definitely unique, I guess, for me anyways. And I think the car itself's pretty unique, right? So Viper green, one of my favorite colors that Porsche ever did. Pretty true to the original RSRs back in 1973, which are kind of the unicorns of the 911 world.
For sure.
But what I love about it is it's not a real 911 RSR. It's a resto mod. It's very tastefully done to honor the original car, but it's a little bit better, right?
Right. Like some of the upgrades would be the RSR, the final one that was the real competitive one racing was a 2.8 liter motor.
Yep.
This is not the 2.8.
Right. So this car, they took 1997 Carrera motor, the last of the air-cooled in 97. So it's a 3.6 liter Vario Ram from a 993 Carrera, and they fit it into this tiny little car.
Right.
So you got a car that's about, I think with the upgrades and the changes in the computer, it's about 320 horsepower plus or minus.
Right.
We haven't dynoed it yet, so just kind of guessing. So the car weighs 1,850 pounds, which is what the weight of the original 73 RSR lightweight was.
Right.
But that shows you the level of execution on the build with the guys that did the car. They were so focused on hitting that weight that they had to do some other things with the additional weight from the 3.6 Vario Ram. So as an example, the car's got a carbon fiber roof, which I think was done really, really well. If you look at it very closely, it's almost hard to distinguish.
Yeah, definitely.
All the panels are fiberglass. Everything's been removed from the car, as you saw before. It's just really, really stripped down, which is what the original car was. So.
Right, and they put a massive meat under the rear. I mean, now I got to go back to specs to see what the original car, but I guarantee you the original 73 did not have a 315 on the back.
I doubt they even made a 315 in 73.
But I mean that it's wearing a 315 in the rear, and you guys will see this, but we just tried, you know, my brother's always willing to go throw down, so he tried to get the car sideways.
Wasn't having it.
It won't go sideways.
I think if I would have done it one more time and done a clutch kick, it might have popped up. But that's the only thing that's the only way this thing's getting sideways. Just so planted.
Or grabbing the brake. You'd have to grab the e-brake
or something like that. But the e-brake on this thing's not strong enough to do that. I don't think so. Yeah, I think the clutch kick's the only way it's getting sideways.
Yeah. So suspension upgrades were done. You said, right?
It's all Bilstein suspension and other suspension changes and modifications, but. Yeah, definitely more upgraded to kind of today's style of suspension technology.
It sounds great. Do you know, exhaust-wise, do you know what's on here?
I know it's a custom exhaust that they built, again, make it look and to a certain extent sound like the original 73 as much as you could from a newer motor.
Right. And it's got big brakes too, huh?
Again, for 1,850 pounds, the car brakes pretty well for what it is. And you got to remember, no ABS, zero technology on the car, right? So you don't have traction control, you don't have ABS, you don't have any other driver aids. You just get in and drive it, right?
Right.
Which is also something you got to be careful about because it tracks really, really well, and then the car's very predictable, but it doesn't have any driver aids. So if you get in trouble, there's only one thing that gets you out, which is your skill.
Right.
Otherwise, you're fucked.
You're locking the brakes, you're throwing it sideways.
Yeah, so you got to be cautious when you're driving it. And it exudes a lot of confidence, you know, so it makes you confident as you're driving it, which is also something you got to be careful about. There's Zuffenhaus wheels, which were also done on the 73, you know, the original 73s.
Right.
I think they are 17s.
They are.
Yep. They took these wheels, they sent them to Zuffenhaus, they got them made. It's a very special treatment that they do to get that look. I just think they look great.
The whole car just looks wonderful, and it's so stripped down on the interior, like all the panels here. Like, you guys, check this out. This is how you roll your window up because you want to reduce the weight. And it's not a window, it's not glass. This is
no mechanicals in the doors, there's no heater, there's no air conditioning, there's no radio, there's no back seats, there's really nothing. It's
right.
A couple of seats and a steering wheel and some pedals and a transmission, and that's it. So
this is the test when if you take your girl for a date in this and she likes this car, she scores points right there, right?
Yeah, most of them don't know what it is. Yeah.
So pretty much all that's left at this point is let's go drive this bad boy, yeah?
Yeah, we'll pound on it a little bit, see what it can do. I think you'll be surprised.
Let's do it. I mean, it's so funny, dude. We're also used to the, you know, the massive power, so it doesn't do that.
Yeah, and I was doing that from 3,000 RPMs. I mean, this car wants to drive above 7.
Right.
So it's like a 2-stroke motorcycle. It wants to be at the top of the rev.
Yeah. Linear though as it comes out. It's not like a turbo car that all of a sudden comes on.
Yeah, non-turbo car.
Right.
No forced induction. So
right.
That makes a big difference, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, real linear, but you know, plenty of power coming out of the 3.6 with 320 horsepower, something like that, on a car that only weighs 1,850 pounds.
Yeah, totally.
Right? So you and I weigh 450 combined, plus or minus.
Yeah.
Which is like a quarter of the weight of the entire car, just putting me in unit, you know what I mean? Pretty crazy when you think about it.
God, it sounds so bitchin'.
Pulls pretty good.
It does.
It's not bad, right?
No.
It's flickable, it's like a go-kart. I was amazed actually when I first drove it how well the car reacts. You know, it's very planted.
Yeah.
Again, for a car that's really fucking old, I guess, ultimately.
Totally, dude. Have you ever driven an actual 73 RSR?
I have actually. Roger and I bought one years ago together.
So
right?
this is making more power, but suspension-wise, chassis-wise, does it feel more like stable than the 73 car?
I remember being fairly unimpressed with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It was more about the fact that it was a 73 all original RSR lightweight, which,
sure,
you know, it's kind of the unicorn of the 911 world. So,
I mean, that car's what, over $1 million?
Some of them, yeah. I mean, you know, I think, you know, for a decent example, you're going to spend 600 to well north of $1 million.
Yeah. Depending on the originality and all the different elements that play into it.
Yeah, the historical significance of the car, etc.
Yeah.
But originally they made a touring model, and they made a lightweight edition, which was the, you know, the quote-unquote race car.
Right.
And the lightweights are the ones that are getting the big dollars, particularly if they have some provenance associated with them.
Right. Yeah. All right, you guys, that's it for our shoot of my brother's incredibly cool 1973 Porsche RSR Replica. I apologize that we didn't get up in the canyons today. We just simply ran out of time. The plan was to go throw down because my brother will do that. But what a blast to finally have him on the channel with us and to shoot one of his just extraordinarily cool cars. I had a great time. I hope you guys had fun with us in this one. And as always, I say thanks for hanging and watching and supporting what we're up to. I truly do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next episode. All right, man. Later.
Hey, yo, Eric, you ready to go?
What?
You ready to go, Eric?
Yeah, come on, let's go do some fucking donuts.